Later this month, a bunch of independent game developers are getting together for Indie Fighting Game Fest. So to celebrate that and shine a light on some of my favorite indie fighters, I'm making April Indie Fighting Game Month on this channel. This is the first of 5 videos that will be released every Saturday throughout the month covering a different indie fighting game. Starting things off is Robo Oh by FoxyBoxyGames, a 2-person team working on old school passion projects. All of their links will be in the description below. With a graphical style that would fit right at home on the NES, Robo Oh is a modern take on retro simplicity. And to go with its looks, Robo Oh's control scheme makes it playable on an original NES controller. Its controls are the definition of pick up and play, as it only uses 2 buttons, one for light attacks and one for heavy attacks. There's a third command known as overdrive that's done by pressing both attack buttons at the same time. You'll be using overdrive when doing throws, doing EX versions of your special moves, and doing your super moves. With only 2 buttons, they've already given you a lot to play with. But what I find most interesting is how Robo Oh utilizes dashing. Yes, it's used for movement, but try dashing during an attack and you'll see the move cancelled at the cost of 2 meters and your character turn a different color. This is called hyperdrive mode, and it inverts the game's juggle system. Normally, you can only juggle your opponent with EX moves and supers. But during hyperdrive mode, you're now able to juggle your opponent with all of your attacks, though you are locked out of doing EX moves. This is a limited time install, but it can prove brutally effective. Robo Oh's regular combos do around 20 to 30%, but in hyperdrive mode, that gets upped considerably. Just fooling around, I accidentally fumbled my way into a 50% combo with Ring King. Look around online, and it won't take long until you find people doing proper touch of death combos while in hyperdrive mode. On a mechanical level, I love Robo Oh. It reminds me of the GBA version of Dual Blades, a game I raved about in a previous video. The controls are simple and allow for anyone to pretty quickly feel like they know what they're doing. But digging deeper reveals a rewarding suite of mechanics for competitive players. Its cast of 12 original robotic brawlers offers a great mix of looks and playstyles. Joining them are 2 guest characters, Uchuzine and Shippu, from fellow incredibly fun indie fighting game, Uchu Mega Fight. In exchange for their inclusion, Uchu Mega Fight has Robo Oh's Auto 5 and boss character Max Cyber as guest characters there, and I love that. Seeing indie fighters crossover like that is so cool. Now, while Uchuzine is present on the character select screen, Shippu isn't. In a callback to the hidden secret characters of yesteryear, like Akuma in Street Fighter II and Gold War Machine in Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Shippu is one of 2 hidden characters in Robo Oh. The other is an enhanced version of boss character Max Cyber, now known as Dim Cyber. Thankfully, the code to access both of them is really simple. For Shippu, just highlight Uchuzine and hit down 3 times. Doing the same on Max Cyber will get you Dim Cyber. And it's not like these 2 are all that hidden. The game tells you how to access them once you beat the secret ending of the arcade mode. Robo Oh's arcade mode is quite the highlight. To go along with the normal string of battles, Robo Oh's arcade mode includes a points-based power-up system that lets you boost any of your 4 stats in between matches. The amount of points you're given is dependent on how well you play. You can get up to 5 points for playing really well, or only walk away with 1 point if you barely made it out alive. This is a pretty simple way to add fun depth to what is otherwise a very boring mode in most fighting games. The only downside to Robo Oh is that it doesn't have native online play, but given that this was a passion project by one dev and one localizer, it gets a pass. Thankfully, a game this good isn't a one-off. Take a look at the FoxyBoxyGames Twitter account, and you'll find plenty of videos for the in-development sequel, Super Robo Oh. And my god, I love how Super looks. The updated graphics make it look like two action figures fighting, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. It's like what my friends and I used to think our battles with Power Ranger toys looked like. Super Robo Oh is one of the games I'm most looking forward to. In the meantime, you should go check out the original entry. Robo Oh is available on Steam for $2, which is an absolute steal. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and come back next week. I'll be covering a game that's fighting the streets in a different kind of way. Anyways, peace.